acronym NFL.
Lateraling to Eric Wright, former UNLV running rebel, doing exactly that, 62 yards. Marvin Mitchell with the ankle tackle led to a field goal. Colt McCoy looking for cribs. Pass interference is called. 38-yard penalty. That set up.
Put him in the Pro Bowl.
Thank you. 69 yards. Had a touchdown on the day. 10-3 Cleveland. Reggie Hodges back to punt. You had him in Indianapolis, didn't you, Tony?
We had some fakes in for Reggie. He's a good athlete.
He takes it 68 yards, longest run by an NFL punter since the merger led to a field goal not shown. Drew Brees, 3 picks in the first half. This is the second one of those 3. David Bowens says thank you, and it's 20-3 Cleveland. Bowens wasn't done late in the fourth. Saints trying to rally. Bowens, second player in Browns history to take 2 back for touchdowns. Drew Brees, 4 interceptions. Yuck.
Anytime you give up 2 defensive touchdowns, where you turn the ball over and then that results immediately in a touchdown, you don't even give your defense a chance to go out on the field and defend. When it happens once, you've probably got about a 20% chance of winning after that. And then when it happens twice, you can just go ahead and throw it out the door.
But help is on the way. Reggie Bush could be in the lineup next Sunday night here on NBC when the Saints host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can you pinpoint what's wrong with the Saints?
No, because I don't have enough pins. Run offense, run defense. They're turning the ball over, not getting takeaways on defense, and their special teams are screwing up. One
thing that we brought up last week with the helmet-to-helmet hits, and we saw the reaction around the league, a memo sent out, a videotape sent out. Did you see defensive players, Rodney, play differently today?
I did. Guys talked about the entire week, well, we're not going to change the way we play. I think if you saw Dante Whitner was a guy, very aggressive, very physical guy. He clearly held up on this particular play. Normally, Dante Whitner would have came and probably separated the guy from the ball. But the bottom line is, I think he realizes this, too. If you make an illegal hit, you're going to be out. You're not going to be able to play.
Let's bring in Peter King, who joins us now, our NFL insider. League looking at any plays from today's games?
Surprisingly, no, Dan. In fact, in the last 10 minutes, I talked to League Vice President of Officiating, Carl Johnson, who told me today 0 defenseless receiver penalties, 0 helmet-to-helmet penalties in all the games today. And I asked him, I said, what did you see today when you were watching the games in the NFL Command Center? And he said, and I quote, I've seen a change in players' behavior in 1 week.
Yeah, we'll have more on those plays a little bit later on. Earlier this afternoon, Fox's Jay Glazer reported that Brett Favre admitted to sending the voice messages to Jen Sturger, but did not admit to sending inappropriate photos. What else do you have on this story?
Well, the attorney for Jen Sturger told me this afternoon, Joseph Conway, that he said, we have a team of former FBI agents who are looking into this case, and they're focusing particularly on how the phone number may have gotten from somebody within the Jets organization, they believe, to Brett Favre in 2008. That's what they're looking for. And Joseph Conway also told me that we have identified a person of interest who worked for the Jets in 2008.
We saw an injury in the New Orleans game. It was a member of the chain gang, some medical attention, carted off the field. Do you have an update on that person?
Al Nastasi is his name, Dan. He's a former high school football coach in New Orleans, has been on the chain gang for over 40 years, was knocked cold and did have some bleeding on the brain, I'm told, but also is alert tonight, recovering, and the Saints expect him to make a full recovery.
All right, Peter, more from Peter coming up. Cincinnati Bengals, they were coming off a bye week visiting Atlanta, and Roddy White was ready for them. He said on his website, I'm going to get working on the DBs that they have. I don't even know these guys' names, but hey, I'm going to go at them. And he did. 3rd and 1, 10-3 Atlanta, second quarter play action. And Roddy White, degree of difficulty. 7 yards receiving in the first half alone. Second half, here come the Bengals. Carson Palmer, play action. Terrell Owens, 5th player in league history with 150 touchdowns. 24-13 Atlanta. Leon Hall's interception would lead to this. Palmer to Jordan Shipley. They're not gonna get it. First play, next drive, Ryan White. Adam Pac-Man Jones rips it out of his hands. 59 yards for the touchdown. Bengals scored 3 TDs in under 3 minutes in the third quarter. 25-24 Cincinnati. Ryan, play action. And look who he's going to. Roddy White, second career 200-yard receiving game. Cedric Benson, it's 32-25, under 10 minutes to go. Brian Williams with the recovery. Michael Turner makes the Bengals pay. 3-yard run. He had 23 carries for 121 yards. Cedric Benson can only wonder what could have been. Under Matt Ryan, the Falcons have won 16 of 17 games at home, 13 in a row. White had 201 yards receiving. After the game, Terrell Owens knows it's bad. He's just not sure how bad.
We just got to regroup. I don't know how we're going to dig ourselves out of this hole. It's definitely embarrassing for myself and offensive guy to be, 2-4? I don't know what we are, but it's embarrassing.
It doesn't matter what your record is, right? If you're bad, you're bad.
Well, if I'm T.O., I'm embarrassed, too, if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, because they had 2 weeks to prepare for the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta coming off a disappointing loss, and to come back. The entire year we talked about the offensive woes, the problems, not getting Chad Ochocinco involved. But really I look at the defense and the regression of the defense, not creating those big plays, allowing big plays, and not putting any pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, last year I didn't think these guys were a great team, but they were fundamentally sound. They didn't make mistakes. They didn't beat themselves, and they hung in there and won their division. This year, they're just playing bad football.
Will they make the playoffs?
No.
They almost have lost their identity. Remember, it was running game and defense last year. Now you have the wide receivers, and you're not quite sure who they are. They're not quite sure who they are. We know who they are. The Green Bay Packer fans. They are showing up. They are ready. Aaron Rodgers fan, a few of them there. They're waiting for Brett Favre and company. Sunday Night Football coming up right here on NBC.
Outwardly, they look very much like us, but there are differences. Their DNA varies from ours by 1%. So they're people. They're absolutely not.
Who made that call? How do I stop them?
We have to protect ourselves.
It's all you. You're pulling strings.
The event, tomorrow, 9/8 Central on NBC.
Now, your Hyundai dealers can show you exactly where the best offers are located. Destination Savings, featuring the 2011 Sonata from Hyundai, the new #1 in customer loyalty. The Sonata is built by the most fuel-efficient car maker in America and gets 35 miles per gallon. It comes with Hyundai Assurance, including America's best warranty. And now with a $199 lease or 2.9% APR, the Sonata is definitely where it's at. But only at your Cincinnati Metro Hyundai dealers today.
Here's to everyone on the mountain, to the people who came together to create the next great flavor of Mountain Dew, to the ones with the passion to spread the word. More than 1 million of you stood up and made your choice clear. Dew fans across America, your voice has been heard. A new flavor of Mountain Dew, built by Dew fans for Dew fans. Introducing Mountain Dew Whiteout, a blast of smooth citrus and the newest member of the Dew family. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Wake up with News 5 Today and The Today Show, 7 days a week.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. You can get it from me. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want.
The most NFL at your fingertips. NFL.com. You want the NFL? Go to the NFL.
I love Sunday nights, and I really in a few months, the Super Bowl is coming right here to Cowboy Stadium.
That's right, Jerry. But tonight, we have the perfect ingredients for a great game.
Tonight, the Vikings take on the Packers. And every Sunday this season, get your choice of any 3 toppings free when you buy a large cheese pizza for just $10. Great NFL offers are just a click away at papajohns.com.
Sunday night is Papa John's night.
Making his first Pro Bowl last season. This year began with a lot of Super Bowl talk around here, but the Pack is 3-3, and now tonight, Favre returns. I spoke with Rodgers yesterday about the season so far and tonight's matchup with his predecessor.
It's the professional thing to do, and it's the reasonable thing to do, to look at this as just an important game in your division. But are you able to block out everything? All the Favre stuff. He comes back to Green Bay. Can you really say this is just another important division game?
I think for me, I really can say that. It really is. Now, this year definitely has a different feel than the previous year when he came back. I think the emphasis is more on the teams and really, since we're both struggling, the issues that we're having.
A while back with the offense struggling, you made a remark, something to the effect of, we need to find our offensive identity. That was interpreted as a criticism of Coach Mike McCarthy. Is there anything to clear up here?
No, I think Mike would say the same thing. You know, my comments, obviously were made out of the frustration of not being able to execute as well as we wanted to, but also from the standpoint of, we need to get back to doing the things that we do best. When you lose 3 games by 3 points, there's that frustration of going back to those drives where you went 3 and out, or you couldn't convert that 3rd down and get yourself a better chance to score that touchdown, or give your defense more time off the field, and that's the root of that frustration.
I'm really the rules that they're starting to make.
When you hear guys like James Harrison and Ray Lewis say this week that the NFL's new guidelines, they didn't so much change the rules as emphasize what those rules should be and perhaps step up the punishment, that this is taking the game in the direction of flag football. This is what we're taught to do. This is what football is. Are they right, or is the league right?
It's an interesting situation. I think you have to evaluate each play kind of separately. Some of the hits are unavoidable. There's collisions. It's a collision sport. It's a violent sport. But I think I applaud the NFL in looking for ways to eliminate those unnecessary malicious hits. I don't think they really have a place in the game.
There are times during games when either with you as the intended target or others where you're aware that it isn't just a good hard hit. The intent is, if not to injure, then certainly to hurt, certainly to intimidate.
Intimidate, yes. I think there's definitely guys who are out there that are looking, to get a real good shot on you and maybe take you out. But that's part of the game. But I think 99% of the guys in the league are not looking for that dirty, cheap shot to end a guy's career.
Obviously, in Green Bay, the Packers are the only major league franchise in any sport. It's a huge part of the identity of a town with a population of barely 100,000. When you win, it must be even better than in most other places. When you lose, is it worse?
It is worse. I think just going down to the local store to get my groceries, people are a lot more eager to talk to you after a win the previous week than if you lose. You might not get any eye contact. The checker might not be as kind to you. The pizza guy delivering the pizza might not be as friendly. It's definitely a different feeling if you lose a game around here.
Aaron Rodgers hoping for an outcome tonight that'll make any possible pizza deliveries to his house this week stress-free. One knock on Rodgers so far, seems like a fair one at least to this point, has been his inability to guide his team to victory in close games. Rodgers is 0-5 in overtime, 1-11 in games decided by 4 points or fewer. Last season against the Vikings here at Lambeau, Rodgers threw for 3 touchdowns. But Brett Favre threw for 4, and the Vikings won. The rematch is coming up tonight.
Nissan presents the Sunday Night Football Performance Playbook. He's back.
Brett Favre is destroying his former team.
Facing his successor.
Buying time, throws the end zone, touchdown!
What happens when a Lambeau legend returns again as the enemy?
Satisfaction to Brett Favre, who puts his fists and arms in the air.
On Sunday Night Football. Football Night in America is brought to you by Papa John's. You can order a pizza online at papajohns.com. By Nissan, innovation for today, innovation for tomorrow, innovation for all. By Sprint, the Now Network. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance.
It's positive.
Positive.
We're gonna have a baby.
Now, when I was a little boy, at the age of 5.
4-door sports car. Nissan Maxima. Innovation for daddy. Innovation for all.
Get a new Maxima for 0% APR plus 1,000 cash back.
I do a lot of different kinds of exercise, but basically, I'm a runner. Last year, I had a bum knee that needed surgery. But it got complicated because I had an old injury. So I wanted a doctor who had done this before. And United Healthcare's database helped me find a surgeon. You know, you can't have great legs if you don't have good knees.
We're 78,000 people looking out for 70 million Americans. That's health in numbers. United Healthcare.
This NFL season,
Papa's in the house.
Not just this house, your house with Papa John's free topping football. Your choice of any 3 toppings free when you buy a large cheese pizza for just $10.
You like those vine ripened tomatoes from California, yeah?
Order at papajohns.com and get a large pizza $10 with any 3 toppings free. That's right, 3 toppings free. The official pizza of NBC Sunday Night Football.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do woodchucks chuck wood?
Hey, you dang woodchucks! Quit chucking my wood!
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Or Netflix. Don't just watch TV. Direct TV.
Tonight at Lambeau, the Packers hosting Brett Favre and the Vikings' critical NFC North matchup. Stack of added storylines, that's coming up. But right now, back to the Week 7 highlights. Only DirecTV brings you every Sunday afternoon game wherever you go. Live on your cell phone and computer. Call 1-800-DirecTV to switch. Already, we showed you the Browns shocking the Saints in New Orleans with 2 touchdowns off interception returns by David Bowens. Second time Drew Brees has thrown 4 picks in his career. Hurry up, get in there. Meanwhile, Kevin Cobb and the Eagles looking to win their 3rd in a row, taking on the Titans in Tennessee. Kerry Collins starting in place of the injured Vince Young. Which finger is hurt, Kerry? Okay, that's good right there. On his throwing hand, picked off by Quentin Michael. He was picked off twice, also lost a fumble, threw for 276 yards. This is textbook tackling right there. That's what the league wants. All-terrain Werner, shoulder to midsection on Brent Selling.
That's a perfect tackle.
Trick play from Philadelphia. 4 Eagles will touch the ball on this one. Kevin Cobb will eventually find the rookie Riley Cooper downfield for a gain of 37 yards. Came back on the ball, and Andy Reid says, "You're the man. You're the man. You're the man." 3 plays later, Cobb, Cooper. First career touchdown, 10-7 Philadelphia. Eagles driving. Cobb and McCoy will fumble the exchange. Werner recovers. And then Kenny Britt, reportedly involved in a bar fight earlier in the week, didn't start the game. Oh, did he finish off the Eagles, though? 80-yard strike. He had 7 catches, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns. Collins isn't done. It's 20-19. 5 minutes to go in the 4th. Tennessee would score 27 points in the 4th quarter. Britt again. Kerry Collins, Jeff Fisher are pumped as they pull away to win this one comfortably. Cooper was Tim Tebow's college roommate at Florida. Also had been previously drafted by both the Texas Rangers in 2009, Philadelphia Phillies in 2006. After the game, Andy Reid announced who his starting quarterback would be after the bye week.
Who's your starting quarterback?
It's Michael.
Oh, man, don't go to places over 12 o'clock. Stay in the house. I got a fiance. My fiance had to yell at me after that, and I was like, okay, I'll stay home for the rest of the season.
Nothing good ever happens after midnight,
1.
Tony.
Yeah.
No. Oh, after 1. Washington and Chicago homecoming for Donovan McNabb. He's from the area. Jay Cutler didn't feel like he was at home. Circle gets the touchdown. DJ Moore. Israel Idonije, he knocks it down. And Moore's gone, 54 yards, 7-0 Chicago. Jay Cutler to Earl Bennett. Pretty. Down to the Redskins' 1-yard line. Cutler's going to take it in from there. Look at the big man, Albert Hainsworth there. With a Bear tackle. Cutler looks like he's broken the plane there. Redskins recover the fumble.
Challenge, Lovey. Challenge
they
it.
didn't.
Lovey. Challenge it.
They don't. So, McNabb. He gets picked off by DJ Moore for an apparent touchdown. It would be his 2nd pick 6. Delay of game call. Redskins are saved. Hi, D'Angelo. He had a big day. Jay Cutler and D'Angelo Hall. It was almost as if they were on the same team. Cutler to Johnny. No, it's D'Angelo Hall.
That's 2.
He is gone. Pick 6 for 92 yards in the touchdown. 17-14 Redskins. Oh, this combination's not done yet. 17-14 Washington, fourth quarter. Cutler looking for Knox, and he finds,
Don't throw it. Come on, Jay. That's 3.
And third of the second half. Cutler looking for Knox again, and guess who he finds? D'Angelo Hall. 4 picks. That ties an NFL record held previously by Deltha O'Neal. 17-14 the final in this one. Cutler, 4 interceptions. He lost a fumble, 5 turnovers total. He's been sacked an NFL league-leading 27 times. And judging by his wardrobe choice, I don't think he expected to go to the post-game news conference.
Obviously, it's very discouraging right now. Let a game get away from us. Defense have every right to be mad at us. We blew that game offensively, and most of that falls on my shoulders.
Time now to simplify the game, brought to you by Windows 7. Allow me to simplify something I said incorrectly. 19 players have had 4 interceptions in a game. Segue. What is wrong with Jay Cutler?
Jay is making some bad decisions right now. A lot of it is his offensive line. He's getting rushed, but part of it is not using his fundamentals, not making good decisions. This is going to be a blitz, and Carlos Rogers is not going to be blocked. They don't have enough guys to block him, and Jay Cutler is going to have to make a decision what to do with the ball. Rogers is free. Cutler knows it, and he can go to any number of people. He's got Devin Hester out here in a one-on-one, but he doesn't set his feet, Rodney. He's going to look down the middle but end up throwing this ball in the direction of D'Angelo Hall.
And part of being a good quarterback in the National Football League is knowing your personnel. And D'Angelo Hall is a very aggressive guy. He takes a lot of chances. And if you float this ball like Jay Cutler did, he will make you pay. He'll pick it off, and he'll take it to the house, Coach.
He's got great hands, and you're right. He knows what to do with it after the catch.
Or maybe throw the ball away in a situation like that.
Well, he really had time to set his feet there. That was not a hard blitz. He knew Rogers was coming. Set your feet and throw it. As Rodney said, don't float it.
Do the Titans have a quarterback controversy?
I don't believe they do, because I think Kerry Collins played great the last 2 weeks, but Vince Young won his last start. He played well. He's healthy, and he's their future. I think they have to go back to Vince Young.
So on the road in San Diego next week, Kerry Collins is not your quarterback.
I would go back to Vince Young.
No question.
You agree? Oh, you agree?
No, agree.
All right. We know who the starting quarterback is for the Vikings. Brett Favre, back at Lambeau. Kickoff to the Vikings-Packers, a little more than a half hour away as Football Night in America continues.
Simplify the game. Brought to you by Windows 7.
Okay, so we've got Jen texting. Cody's sticking an action figure into Hunter's ear. And Joe, what are you doing?
Trying to get the action figure out of Hunter's ear.
To the cloud. Now I can take all these unruly shots and swap in some smiles. Finally, a photo I can share without ridicule. Windows gives me the family nature never could.
To the cloud, to create and share anywhere on your new Windows 7 PC.
We speak value. With Fusion projected to hold its resale value better than Camry, and with better quality than Accord. As a matter of fact, we speak value so well, there's just no stopping the word from getting around.
An everyday moment can turn romantic anytime. And when it does, men with erectile dysfunction can be more confident in their ability to be ready with Cialis for daily use. Cialis for daily use is a clinically proven low-dose tablet you take every day, so you can be ready anytime the moment's right.
Tell your doctor about your medical condition and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity.
Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure.
Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away.
Ask your doctor if Cialis for daily use is right for you. For a 30-tablet free trial offer, go to Cialis.com.
He was meeting my friends for the first time. We knew the perfect place to go.
I guess I did okay.
I knew they'd love him.
Try our new Sacchetti dishes. Pasta pouches stuffed with 4 Italian cheeses, served with marinated chicken breasts or sautéed shrimp at Olive Garden.
First is the first 4G phone. First is live video chat on the go. So you can be face-to-face, even when you can't be. Whether you're on 4G, 3G, and of course, Wi-Fi. First lets you stream live video to the web in 3, 2, 1. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
It's time for Sunday Night Now, presented by Sprint. And right now in Green Bay, Brett Favre has taken the field at Lambeau, and there were definitely some cheers, but it was predominantly boos that greeted him as he jogged onto the field. He'll be making his 291st consecutive start, adding to his NFL record. He beat the Packers twice last year in his first season as a Viking. There is one guy Brett will have to keep an eye on. It's the Packers' young outside linebacker Clay Matthews. He leads the NFL with 8.5 sacks. His hamstring has been bothering him, but he will start tonight. Meanwhile, to find out what's happening around the league, the place to be is Pro Football Talk on NBCSports.com. Among the headlines Mike Florio has right now, the Browns shocked the Saints today in New Orleans, whipping the defending champs 30-17. And the play of Cleveland's feisty D has moved defensive coordinator Rob Ryan onto the list of head coaching candidates. Rob Ryan is, of course, the twin brother of Jets head coach Rex Ryan. Also from that game, the Saints are down, and now the Browns are claiming they played dirty. Josh Cribbs and others accusing New Orleans of some cheap shots in Cleveland's victory today. Those are some of the headlines from Pro Football Talk on NBCSports.com, where all the details can be found. Now, while Lambeau Field is located on Lombardi Avenue here in Green Bay, in New York this week, Lombardi the Play opened on Broadway. Produced in association with the NFL, it stars Dan Lauria as the legendary coach and Judith Light as his wife Marie. I was there on opening night and spotted Jim Taylor, Jerry Kramer, and Willie Davis in the audience, and they, like virtually everyone there, seemed to enjoy the warm-hearted and often humorous portrait of their coach. A few blocks from Broadway is 30 Rockefeller Plaza, where we return now to theater buff Dan Patrick.
Thank you, Bob. I'm looking forward to the Ray Hanley off-Broadway story. Arizona and Seattle. Max Hall making his first road NFL start. A rough start. This Cardinals' first possession. He's picked off by the rookie free safety out of Texas, Earl Thomas. Next play. Next Arizona possession, Hall overthrows a wide-open Larry Fitzgerald. He was 4 for 16 for 36 yards. Andre Roberts muffs the John Ryan punt. Roy Lewis recovers inside the 5-yard line for Seattle. 2 plays later, Matt Hasselbeck looking for Mike Williams. Hasselbeck threw for 192 yards and the touchdown, 10-0 Seattle. Second half, Hall's rough day gets a little rougher. Oh, Chris Clemens and Raheem Brock. Brock gets the fumble, and Max isn't sure if he's in Salt Lake. Great day for Mike Williams. 11 receptions, career best, 87 yards, and the touchdown. Pete Carroll's group pick up the victory. Marshawn Lynch, 24 carries, 89 yards. Olindo Marley goes 5 for 5 field goals. Pittsburgh, Miami. Miami 3-0 on the road, 0-2 at home. And James Harrison contemplated retirement after being fined $75,000 for a helmet-to-helmet hit. Emmanuel Sanders, rookie out of SMU, hit by Lex Hilliard, coughs it up. Rashad Jones of Miami with the recovery led to a field goal. Ben Roethlisberger under pressure, trying to get the ball to Isaac Redmond.
Come on, Ben.
Koamisi recovers. Led to another field goal. Chad Henne, Brian Hartline. He coughs it up right into the waiting arms of James Ferrier. 5 plays later, Roethlisberger. Hines Ward.
He's a man.
Yes, he is. 10-6 Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger. How pretty is this play? 1st and 10. Pittsburgh up 10-9. Gorgeous. Wallace, 4th TD reception of the year. I like Ben's angle on this one. Man, that's pretty.
I love it.
Looks like he's in the park. Roethlisberger all smiles. Chad Henne. Devon Bess making good on that $9 million contract extension. 17-16 Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger. Quarterback draw. Now, this is ruled a touchdown on the field. The Dolphins challenge. Is that a touchdown, guys?
No touchdown. But who got the ball?
That's the problem. They couldn't decide who came up with the football.
When in doubt, recover the ball.
Get on it. Get on it.
The referee, Gene Steratore, gave an explanation on the field after the apparent fumble by Roethlisberger.
After review, we do not have clear evidence of the defense recovering the football. Pittsburgh will have the ball, 4th and goal at the half-yard line.
So 4th and goal, Jeff Reed, and that would be your game winner for Ben Roethlisberger. Dolphins yet to win at home. Steelers 5-1, only lost this year. Was to Baltimore 3 weeks ago. After the game, Ben spoke about the hit that caused the fumble.
I thought he broke my arm. I mean, he hit me so hard. I don't know who it was, but he hit me so hard. My arm kind of went numb, but, I mean, no excuses, obviously, but just a bizarre kind of play. You hate to win it that way, but you'll take a win. I got to hold on to that ball.
All right, you can't. How about the guy who comes up with the football is the guy who recovered the ball? Can't you do that?
Yeah, but he's got to get on it and show that he's got it, and then the referees would know.
Pittsburgh needs to continue to run the ball. They get pass happy when they get Ben Roethlisberger back, but they need to run the ball and not become one-dimensional.
Yeah, they got New Orleans coming up next Sunday night here on NBC. Let's bring back Peter King. James Harrison contemplating retirement earlier in the week. He had been fined $75,000 in the hit to the wide receivers with the Cleveland Browns. You spoke to him after the game. Is he going to change the way he plays?
No, you know what, Dan? I asked him that question directly. Is there anything about your game that you're going to change? And he said to me, listen, I've been playing this game since I was 10 years old, and I'm not going to change a darn thing. Well, perhaps with one little asterisk. There was one play today where you saw kinder, gentler James Harrison. You watch. He told me on this play against Ronnie Brown, he said, I could have stuck my face in there, but it would have been a helmet-to-helmet hit. I didn't want that.
All right, Peter, thank you. Were you surprised at that, Rodney?
I was very surprised. That's not the James Harrison that we know, one of the hardest hitters in the league.
In his first 2 games back with the Vikings, Randy Moss has paid dividends. He's got 9 receptions, including 1 touchdown. He looks to continue to increase his production tonight. Sunday Night Football is ahead. But first, time for this week's Value Plays presented by the Dollar Menu from McDonald's. Matt Moore, back at quarterback for the Panthers, finds the rookie David Geddes. Ties the game with less than 2 minutes to play. Panthers win it on John Casey's field goal. First win of the season in Tampa. Bucs steal one from the Rams. Josh Freeman to Cadillac Williams with 10 seconds to play. Tampa wins by 1, improves to 4-2. Week 7's Value Plays. We're back after this.
Perfect timing to celebrate our anniversary, right?
So big. McDonald's.
See? It's Monopoly time. These fries could be a $5,000 shopping spree at Walmart. This Big Mac can make you rich.
Okay.
Monopoly at McDonald's is back easier than ever, with over 200 million in prizes, 1 in every 4 wins.
You should be taking notes.
The simple joy of winning.
At the age where you don't get thrown by curveballs. This is the age of knowing how to get things done. So, why would you let something like erectile dysfunction get in your way? Isn't it time you talk to your doctor about Viagra? 20 million men already have. With every age comes responsibility. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. This is the age of taking action. Viagra. Talk to your doctor. See if America's most prescribed ED treatment is right for you.
Hi, we're looking to save some money on our car insurance.
Great. At Progressive, you can compare rates side by side so you get the same coverage, often for less.
Wow, that is huge.
And this is to remind you that you could save hundreds.
Yeah, that'll certainly stick with me.
We'll take it. Go, it's your break, honey.
Same coverage, more savings. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
America prepares for the midterm elections. The stakes are high. Voters will choose how to move the country forward. We'll ask the difficult questions so you can make your choice. Turn to the people of NBC News. Decision 2010.
Welcome to Hyundai's Sunday Night Kickoff.
Adrian Peterson and the Minnesota Vikings 2-3 on the season. They're thankful to be still very much in the mix in the NFC North. Big test looms tonight in Green Bay against the Packers. AP taking the field. Oakland tennis against Denver. And Josh McDaniels coming up that heartbreaking loss to the Jets last week. Jason Campbell to Zach Miller. 43-yard touchdown. Miller 3 catches, 65 yards, 7-0 Oakland. It can't be this easy, right? Kyle Orton. This is intended for Jabbar Gaffney. Chris Johnson. It's 14-0 Oakland. Can't be this easy, right? Campbell. Darren McFadden. It can be this easy. Darren McFadden. 4 touchdowns. Wow. It was that easy. embarrassingly easy. The Raiders rushed for 328 yards. That's the most since the Bo Jackson game against Seattle in 1987. I think he's still running through that tunnel after running over Brian Bosworth. They ran for 356 yards that night. After the game, Josh McDaniels trying to put the loss into words.
Outcoached us, outplayed us, out-physicaled us. Everything you could say. They deserve the credit for this game, and we certainly didn't even come close to making it competitive in any sense of the word.
Reaction?
You know what, Oakland, they're not as bad as you thought they were. When they don't turn the ball over, they have a pretty good defense, and they can run the ball. So they're only about a game and a half out.
Yeah, they're a good offense, but today the Denver defense made them look like the Oregon Duck.
Sunday Night Football. We're ready for the Packers and the Vikings. The Hyundai kickoff continues right now. We head back to Green Bay. Bob Costas has more on the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Bob?
Dan Brad Childress is in his 5th season at the helm for the Vikings. The team has improved each year since he took over in 2006 and came perhaps within a late Brett Favre interception of the Super Bowl last season. This year, Favre didn't emerge for his 20th NFL campaign until late in training camp. And the team and the quarterback have gotten off to an uneven start. I spoke to Childress yesterday about the differences between last year and this. Last year, Brett Favre throws 33 touchdown passes, just 7 interceptions, looked rejuvenated. There may be multiple reasons, but what do you see as the primary reason for the difference so far between last year and this?
You know, we've been kind of hit or miss. We've had a different center in there. We obviously have added Randy, but you know, there's not a lot of continuity right now, and I can't tell you we're doing anything tremendously well, but I think it'll come. We're here in the second quarter, and pass game is typically the last thing to catch up.
He is past 40. He took a battering last year. Now his elbow is bothering him. Could it be just a case of age and battering takes its toll?
Well, he has those 40, 41-year-old aches and pains when his foot gets on the ground in the morning, but you know, I haven't seen anything come off the ball that he throws. He's still keen. He still understands the game, and he's still sharp with the game. So he's defying the odds right now.
And the border battle is underway.
Vikings, Packers. Does that have some meaning regardless of the standings?
You know, it has huge meaning. There's just a river that connects us. There's a lot of people that are closet Green Bay people in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And I coached 8 years in the state of Wisconsin, so I understand the cheesehead mentality. They come by it honestly.
Saw a guy today at Lambeau with a 4 jersey, half Vikings, half Packers. Still can't make up his mind.
No, they're tormented. There's no question. Part of them wants to scream and yell, and part of them wants to celebrate.
You have a son, Andrew. He enlisted in the Marines when he was 19. He's in Afghanistan now. Even as you game plan and you think about the game each week, that has to be a concern.
Well, it is a concern. But I think you can let that eat you up on a day-to-day basis. For me to be able to see him this summer and see where that war takes place with my eyes has helped me, has helped. The pictures have helped just to know what that terrain looks like and where he's at.
It's quite a story. For those who don't know it, you can fill us in. You go on a USO tour with Marvin Lewis, with John Fox, and one other coach, Andy Reid. So the 4 of you are on this USO tour. You're in Afghanistan, but you have no idea, right, that your son is so close to you?
I had no idea. I knew that he was in the south of Afghanistan. I said to my wife, I called one night, and I said, we got no chance to see Andrew. He's somewhere else down by Kandahar. And lo and behold, through USO and the Marines making it happen, they sent him with a partner because they always go in twos. He was there on a tarmac. I didn't recognize him. I started to give him my, hey, how you doing? I'm Brad Childress from Minnesota Vikings. Appreciate. And at that point in time, he said, no, how you doing? And I was looking right in his eyes. He had a cheesy little mustache. He was dry shaved. He smelled like a goat. It was shocking, and probably one of the highlights of my life.
Incredibly emotional, had to be.
It was incredibly emotional. Just to see him standing there in the flesh and shocking. It's like going somewhere and not expecting to see somebody there. Words can't describe it.
I know you've spoken to Brad Childress about this. What did he tell you?
Every time I talk to Brad, he talks about Andrew, and he's always on his mind, but it's amazing how coaches have that ability to focus, and tonight Brad will be dialed in on the Green Bay Packers.
All right, is he more concerned about the Packers or his own offense?
I think he's more concerned about his offense at this point. They are really looking to win the Super Bowl. That's what this was all about, and that's why they got a couple of guys named Favre and Moss. Brett Favre has always had the ability to improvise and make plays. Here, the center should block Tim Dobbins on this blitz, but he doesn't. But Favre has that ability to get out of the pocket and scramble and make good decisions. Keep your eyes on the defender. If he drops back, you run it. If he comes up, that opens the throwing lane for Kleinsasser. And here he makes a great play, makes something out of nothing. He can do that. They got Randy Moss for this reason, Rodney, to beat single coverage.
And Favre is a smart quarterback. He recognizes blitz. He knows that it's man-to-man coverage on Antonio Cromartie and Moss. He throws it up there. Moss is the very best in the league with coming down with these passes.
They've shown this ability, but in the fourth quarter, they've got to get it done.
I played with Moss for 2 years, and I've never seen him drop a pass in practice.
Here's a situation, too. Favre is usually money in this case. He's got Percy Harvin on a shake route. He's got a clean pocket, no one around him. He's got to be able to deliver this ball on target.
Part of the fourth quarter struggles that plagued this team. Brett Favre normally makes that pass 90% of the time. Something has to be wrong with Brett Favre, coach, not making that pass.
They've been on the money early in games, but they've got to do it in the fourth quarter tonight.
More important for Aaron Rodgers to have a great game or Brett Favre to have a great game tonight?
I think the Vikings need Favre to have a great game to win on the road in Green Bay.
And to gain that confidence.
All right, a quick update on the Brett Favre situation. Earlier today, Jay Glazer from Fox reported that Favre admitted to leaving voice messages for the former Jets employee Jen Sturger, but did not admit to sending inappropriate photos to her. Our Peter King reported that according to the attorney for Sturger, their next step is having their, quote, team of former FBI agents investigating who gave Sturger's number to Favre in the first place, because she claims she did not. Sturger's attorney also says that there have been no talks with Favre's side regarding a settlement. Back to the highlights, the final highlight to bring you. New England and San Diego. Norv Turner on the hot seat. Bill Belichick, his team looking for its fourth consecutive win. Problems again with the mental errors with this team. Rivers, Richard Goodman, 25-yard gain.
You're not down. You're not down.
Well, he's down, and James Sanders has the ball. How about this one, Tony? Rivers, Jacob Hester. It's a live ball. Rob Ninkovich says...
It's still live.
Yeah, very live. Run! Run, Forrest! Run! Settled for a 40-yard field goal. Phillip Rivers could not be pleased.
Mental mistakes.
Yep. 4 turnovers in less than 11 minutes. Now, these are the Chargers we've come to expect. Patrick Creighton, the new addition. Rivers, Antonio Gates is 23-13 New England. It's still 23-13 after San Diego recovers the onside kick. Rivers, Gates, 26 yards. Rivers threw for 336, 1 touchdown. Mike Tolbert. And it's 23-20 New England.
We got a game.
2 minutes to go, Bill Belichick. Do I go for it 4th and 1 for the 49-yard line? And let's go back to the game against Colts, Tony.
It wasn't a good decision last year to do this, and it's not going to be a good decision this year.
Well, that's how it turned out. They lost a couple. Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, all 3 of them stuffed. Chris Brown to send it into overtime. There had been a procedure call on the previous play, backed him up 5 yards to make it a 50-yard field goal. And that snaps a 7-game home winning streak for the San Diego Chargers. 4th start of 5-1 better for Bill Belichick. All right, Hyundai brings you the inside story behind the Patriots and the Chargers. Alex Flanagan joins us now from San Diego. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Dan. Well, the San Diego Chargers came into this game as the league's #1 offense, but after 4 first-half turnovers, they looked nothing like it, even though their defense did everything they could to keep them in this game.
How would you describe the first-half offense?
Oh, God. What offense? I mean, we had a hard time moving at all. We just couldn't get into a rhythm out there, and second half was better. I don't think it was great by any stretch, but it feels good to win and see the defense play the way they did and get those turnovers. We certainly can play a lot better offensively, but, you know, it's good to win the games when you don't play great.
The key to football is obviously winning your conference, and that's our goal, is to win our conference. But win our conference, everything takes care of itself. But before we can even think down those lines, down that road, we have to think about winning one game. So we're going to concentrate on winning one game.
If you do the things we did in the first half, I don't care who you have on your football team, you're not going to win. Now, I can say that for about the other games we've played. And obviously, until we quit doing those things, we're going to have a real tough time.
Now, the San Diego Chargers are certainly used to recovering from slow starts, but this season it might be a little bit different because their division, the AFC West, is different. Not only do the Chargers have the toughest schedule ahead of them in the division, but they are also now 2.5 games behind the Kansas City Chiefs. They're a tough hole for them to dig out of now.
All right, Alex Flanagan joining us from San Diego. And they shut down the Patriots offense. Patriots didn't even have 200 yards of total offense. What do you have of the coach's clicker?
Just like Norv Turner said, this game was about mistakes. San Diego made a ton of them. We're going to look at one here that really cost them. This is going to be Jacob Hester. He's going to run a flare route, and this ball is actually going to go backwards. It's not going to go forward, and that makes it a live ball. And this happens sometimes, okay? Rivers throws it. The ball is not traveling forward. So this ball is live.
And coaches always teach us, no matter what happens, if you see a free ball, jump on it.
Jump on it. When that ball's on the ground, you got to get on it. Now, New England doesn't right away, but Jacob Hester, you've been taught, you got to get on this ball. It doesn't matter. There's no whistle has been blown, and now we realize that it's live, but it's too late. Now, where are the other guys? Come make the tackle.
But these are the type of mistakes that have cost the San Diego Chargers. That's why they're 2-5.
And the Patriots had no turnovers. They didn't have much offense. Chargers had 4 turnovers.
4 turnovers, had a lot of yards, a lot of points, but at the end, critical mistakes, a false start penalty right before the tying field goal that moved it back 5 yards, and it hits the post.
Yeah, but if you're New England Patriots, you're disappointed. I know Tom Brady, he's going to be kicking himself in the butt.
You're not disappointed. You haven't
No, but I'm talking about offensively. Fourth down and 1. You can't convert a 4th down and 1. They gave up 4 sacks. They're not taking any shots down the field. All those underneath passing lanes are getting tighter. They need to play better offensively.
And Tony, with 2 minutes left with the call, said, punt.
Punt the ball,
punt.
Please.
Bill Belichick's a genius, though. I told you that. Brett Favre getting set for his record 291st consecutive start at quarterback, 253 of those starts for the Packers. Back at Lambeau tonight. We're back on Football Night in America after this.
You've never seen fast. You've never held it in your hand, then unleashed it, souls whipped by at 1 gigahertz, and had your neurons struggle to keep up. You've never seen fast because you've never seen this. The Droid Incredible by HTC. It's nothing short of its name.
Buy a Droid Incredible with Flash and get any phone free.
Most car commercials tell you what to think. In this one, people told us what they think about Hyundai, uncensored.
Nice.
Hey.
I like this one a lot.
It passed my test. I want this car. What kind of car is it?
Hyundai. Hyundai, like Sunday.
That's right, Hyundai like Sunday.
You got it. Now get one. Like the 2010 Genesis. It comes with Hyundai Assurance, including America's best warranty. And now, for a limited time, you can lease the 2010 Genesis for just $399 a month at your local Hyundai dealer.
Exchange-traded funds. Some firms offer them commission-free. Problem is, they limit the choice of ETFs to what makes financial sense to them. TD Ameritrade doesn't limit you to one brand of ETFs. They offer more than 100, each selected by investment experts at Morningstar Associates, only at the ETF Market Center at TD Ameritrade.
Before investing, carefully consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Contact TD Ameritrade for prospectus containing this and other information. Read it carefully before investing.
Word's getting out. Jared's training for the ING New York City Marathon with a favorite, the low-fat Subway Club. To celebrate, it's now the newest $5 footlong sub.
I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when, oops, that's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate.
What up, Wolf? Lynn Chin, up in chill. You think I got this crib, solid gold jet ski, and a caviar pool by being slow? Think again. Time's up. I got all this cause I'm fast like my dude D Rose, and the super light Rose kicks by Adidas. Dang. Get his shoe, you get freaky first step too. Freaky like my lady pyramid. Nice! That's nice. Get faster at youtube.com.
Green Bay Packers 3-3 after 2 straight consecutive overtime losses. Eager tonight to get back over 500 with the win against the Vikings. Sunday Night Football, but first we have the best of Week 7, presented by Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL and NFL Mobile. We begin with the Steelers in Miami. Ben Roethlisberger, second game back, and throwing it to one of the fastest players in the league, Mike Wallace. 53 yards for the score. Apparently, they lost Aaron Smith for the season with a torn tricep. Bills-Ravens.
Stay deep, stay deep.
Willis McGahee to Joe Flacco and Quan Bolden. Ravens led by 3. Bills tie with seconds to play in overtime. Billy Cundiff.
Money.
It's good. They survived 37-34. Eagles-Titans. Kenny Britt sat out the first quarter following his involvement in a nightclub brawl.
He made up for it in the last 3 quarters.
Yeah, he did. 7 catches, 225 yards, 3 scores. Michael Vick will be the starter after the bye week. Bengals-Falcons, Roddy White said he was going to have a big day. Didn't know the names of the defensive backs. It didn't matter. He had 11 catches, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns as the Falcons beat the Bengals 39-32 to improve to 5-2. Redskins at the Bears. The story, D'Angelo Hall and Jay Cutler. Quite a tandem. 4 interceptions, tying an NFL record. This one back 92 yards. Cutler threw for 281 yards, also lost a fumble. Bears started 3-0, 1-3 since. Browns Saints. Disastrous day for Drew Brees. Browns linebacker David Bowens took 2 of the 4 interceptions back for touchdowns. Just the second time in his career, Brees has been picked off 4 times. Saints now 4-3. They got the Steelers next Sunday night here on NBC. Jaguars, Chiefs, some bad tackling. Dwayne Bowe. 3 catches today, 2 for touchdown. Chiefs win big at home. They improved to 4-2. Raiders, Broncos. Who saw this one coming? The Raiders rushed for 328 yards. Darren McFadden held out of the last 2 weeks due to a hamstring injury.
Looks like it's fine to me.
They put up 59 points. Cardinals, Seahawks. Mike Williams. The renaissance continues.
He's back.
11. I don't think he was ever here to come back. 11 catches. Patriots, Chargers. Tom Brady. Rob Gronkowski. Patriots jump out to the early lead. Chargers come back. Chris Brown, chance to tie it. 50 yards out. Doink! Patriots win it. They improve to 5-1. San Diego drops to 2-5. Last week at this time, we were talking about 3 hits to the head area we saw around the league with potentially dangerous consequences. The league did respond, sending out a memo and a videotape about these kinds of plays to all the teams, warning that the penalties for illegal hits could include suspensions. Watching the games today, did you guys see anything different? I know you spoke to Brandon Merriweather, one of the guys who was fined for his hit on Todd Heap. What did he say?
Well, I talked to Brandon, and he was very apologetic this week about his hit on Todd Heap. But the one thing I looked at when he played today, the guy listened. And most young players don't listen. He had the maturity, and I'm very proud of this kid. He still was very physical. He came. He aimed, he lowered his aim, and he made a good, aggressive play, and I'm very proud of him.
Now, here's another play here. What'd you think of this, Tony?
Ron Werner did the same thing. Target was right, below the numbers. James Harrison now, he can take that shot. And discretion is the better part of valor. And there's going to be a happy medium. These players are going to learn that.
I know, but you go back 30 years. I remember Jack Lambert saying, "Oh, are they going to put skirts on the quarterbacks?" We've had these changes for a long time.
Yeah, this is not a new problem. My rookie year, we had 2 guys that had to go to the commissioner's office. We made the adjustments and still played good defense.
You played 30 years ago?
Time to take a look at today's winners, brought to you by Subway, fueled by Subway. Who's your big winner?
My big winner today is D'Angelo Hall. He got some help from his friend Jay Cutler, but 4 interceptions, touchdown, put them back in the hunt in that NFC
Mine
East.
is the Tennessee Titans. I don't want to play this team in the playoffs. I tell you, they undefeated in the road and undefeated in the division.
All right, today's winners brought to you by NBCSports.com/Subway, where winners eat. All right, how do you stop the Vikings?
I'm stopping Adrian Peterson first. I'm loading that box, getting a lot of run blitzes. But the other thing they've got to do, they've got to put pressure on Brett Favre. 2 games last year, they didn't sack him once. Clay Matthews back. He's got to get going.
How do you stop the Packers?
I'm putting pressure on one player, and that's Jared Allen, defensive end. Last year, he had 7.5 sacks. He single-handedly changed those games and won those games. This year, he's struggling. He has one sack, putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, so I'm looking for him to apply pressure on Aaron Rodgers.
Who's winning?
I think Green Bay, that home field advantage, home crowd, I'm picking Green Bay.
I agree with you as much as it hurts me.
Yeah, but you got those injuries to Green Bay.
Injuries there, but I still think they come out and rally. This is a big game. Aaron Rodgers wants to prove something. I would look for him to have a big game tonight.
All right, we're ready for kickoff. We'll see you at halftime. Let's get the final word from Bob Costas at Lambeau. Bob.
Well, Dan, you could fit about 3/4 of the population of Green Bay into Lambeau Field. Some 73,000 are here, most but not all rooting for the Packers, all getting set for Sunday Night Football. But first, it's Faith Hill, and then Al and Chris with the call. We'll see you at halftime. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been Hyundai's Sunday Night Kickoff.
So, what do you call a night filled with zombies, princesses, and ogres?
Really, really scary.
Halloween Thursday on NBC with a brand new special, Scared Shrekless, along with Community, The Office, and Outsourced. New Halloween comedy Thursday on NBC.
Ford 0% event is only for October, so hurry in for 0% financing for 60 months on 12 different models, including brand new 2011s. And just announced, you'll also get a no-charge 2-year maintenance plan on the 2010 or 2011 Ford Taurus, Ford Focus, and Ford Fusion. But hurry, the 0% event is only for October, so get to your local Ford dealer today and drive one.
Thank you very much.
Act like a Excuse me. Hey, H, what are you doing? Having a photo shoot with the new Sharp Quatron LED TV? Now that's a supermodel. You know the Sharp Quatron has a 4th color, yellow, to the standard red, green, and blue color system, creating the most brilliant colors ever seen on TV. Beautiful! Was I supposed to know this stuff? No, we are at H.H. Gregg. When you add yellow, you're golden. And right now, save even more on Sharp Quatron LED TVs at H.H. Gregg.
Have you visited Bromwell's lately? Clients say it's a must-see for anyone who appreciates design and fine art. This is not your parents' Bromwell's. With over 10,000 square feet to display fireplace vignettes and an art gallery, Bromwell's has the solution. From gas logs to fireplace inserts, Bromwell's designs the whole hearth, including installation. Light a fire. Visit Bromwell's downtown.
Answering your everyday weather questions. That's the Power of 5.
There's no one else like you. Customize your NFL gear at NFLshop.com. Today only. Buy one, get one 25% off.